All right, so we're diving into Selfie of Success today. This book by Burra Venkatesham, it's not your typical success like rah-rah kind of thing.
Yeah, no, not at
We're
all.
going deeper.
Yeah, definitely deeper. It's looking at the cost of success, not just the good stuff.
Right, exactly, the stuff we don't always see.
Exactly. So I think this deep dive is going to be really fascinating.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. So to start, I mean, the book is structured kind of uniquely, right?
Yeah, it is. It's well, there's 5 chapters,
Okay.
and each one uses like real stories, almost like case studies.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, to break down like all these different parts of success. So like instead of just saying, believe in yourself, you actually see how that played out.
I see. So you see it in action.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't shy away from the bad stuff either. It acknowledges like the dark side,
Oh, okay.
the ego, the envy, even greed. It's a much more balanced perspective.
Which I think is important because we need to talk about that stuff. And it seems like it's resonating. I mean, just looking at the reviews for Selfie of Success, they're all super positive. Like Business World called it, was it a comprehensive snapshot of what success is?
Oh yeah, and the week they were big on how it wasn't preachy.
Oh, right.
They said it offered a distinct perspective, but it wasn't telling you what to do.
Yeah, yeah. I hate when those books are like, do this, do that.
Exactly. It lets you draw your own conclusions.
Exactly, yeah. And I saw that DNA India praised it for its honesty. They called it an honest approach to an elusive pursuit. I like that.
It is. It's brutally honest at times, but I think that's why people are connecting with it.
Yeah. It's like a breath of fresh air compared to all the, toxic positivity stuff out there.
Totally. Oh, and the Hindu, they pointed out something really interesting. They talked about how the book goes into the side effects of success.
Oh, like the downsides. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, exactly. But the stuff we don't often talk about, makes you think, what are we missing when we only focus on the happy side of success?
Right. There's always more to the story.
Always. And then there's the new Indian Express. They really liked the whole perseverance thing.
Okay.
They loved how the stories all had that common thread, like these people, they didn't give up. They just kept believing in themselves no matter what.
So it's not just about being successful. It's about the journey and how you get there.
Exactly. It's about the whole process.
The ups and the downs. And speaking of journeys, I mean, this book itself has been on quite a ride.
Oh, yeah.
Hit #1 on Amazon India.
It did, and I think it speaks to how much people are craving this kind of honest conversation about success,
It definitely seems that way. And it's not just available in English, right?
Nope. English, Telugu, Spanish, and Bengali.
Wow. That's pretty impressive. It's reaching a wide audience.
And it's even gotten some celebrity attention. Mahesh Babu mentioned it as part of the #ReadingIsGood challenge.
Oh, really? No way. I love that.
Yeah, he even connected it to his film Maharshi.
That's amazing. I love when those worlds collide. All right, so we've seen the acclaim. We've seen how popular it is. But I want to know what really stood out to you when you read Selfie of Success. Was there a story or maybe a takeaway that you found especially powerful?
There was one story about, it was about this woman. She started a food business. It was super successful. Like she was really killing it.
Okay.
But then, oh man, she had this major setback.
Oh, no. What happened?
There was a fire. It destroyed everything, her whole production facility.
Gosh, that's awful.
It was devastating, yeah. But, and this is what I loved, she didn't give up.
Wow.
Yeah, she actually saw it as a chance to start over and do things even better.
So she turned it into a positive.
Totally. She rebuilt everything, made her processes even better, stronger relationships with her suppliers.
That's incredible. Talk about resilience, right?
Exactly. And it really shows how important it is to have that vision, that clear sense of purpose.
Right, so you can push through those tough times.
Exactly. She knew what she wanted to achieve, and that kept her going.
So it's not just about being positive. It's about having that drive, that reason behind it all.
Yeah, it's got to be deeper than just good vibes only,
Totally. I mean, we all hit roadblocks. And the book, did it talk about anything else? Like how to actually, build that resilience?
Oh, yeah, for sure. One thing it really emphasized was having a support system.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Like surrounding yourself with people who believe in you, who can offer encouragement, when you're struggling.
Right, because sometimes you just need someone to be like, you got this.
Exactly. And it can be easy to forget that when you're so focused on the practical steps,
Yeah, we focus on the what and the how, but not the who.
Right. And the book actually mentioned the study was about entrepreneurs. And one of the biggest things that predicted their success wasn't their business skills, but their ability to build relationships.
Really? So it's more about the people than the, technical stuff.
In a way, yeah, because those relationships, they provide support, they open doors, they create opportunities.
It's like that saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah. But it's not just about networking, like shaking hands and exchanging cards. It's about finding those people who genuinely support you, who you can
You
trust.
cheerleaders.
Exactly. The people who are there for you through thick and thin.
I love that. Now, the book also talks about the downsides of success, right? Did any of those, like, potential pitfalls stand out to you?
One that really resonated with me was the whole isolation thing, like how sometimes success can actually lead to feeling lonely.
Oh, wow. That's kind of ironic, isn't it?
It is. We think of success as something that like brings people together, but it can also create distance.
Yeah, you're at the top, but you're kind of by yourself.
Exactly. And the book talked about how important it is to stay grounded, connected to your values, because when you achieve a certain level of success, it's easy to get caught up in all the external stuff and lose sight of what really matters.
So it's like you need to keep checking in with yourself, make sure you're not straying too far from, like, your core.
Yeah, like having a compass to guide you, even when you're surrounded by all these distractions.
Love that analogy. And did the book give any advice on how to, combat that isolation?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It really stressed the importance of staying connected to loved ones.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because it's easy to let those relationships slip when you're so focused on your goals.
Right, you get tunnel vision.
Exactly. But those connections, they're so important for like long-term happiness.
Absolutely. It's like, what's the point of achieving all this stuff if you don't have anyone to share it with?
Right. And even just to support you through the tough times.
It all comes back to that support system.
It does. And it ties into what we were talking about earlier, that whole idea of real success starting from within.
Yeah, it's not just about the external achievements, it's about how you feel inside.
Exactly. And the book had some great advice on how to cultivate that inner peace and fulfillment.
Like what?
Well, one thing it really emphasized was self-awareness.
Okay, yeah, knowing yourself.
Exactly. Understanding your strengths, weaknesses, values. It all helps you make choices that are aligned with who you really are.
It's like taking a selfie of your inner landscape,
I
right?
love that. That's a perfect way to put it.
Got to know what's going on inside before you can conquer the outside world.
Exactly. And the book also talked about gratitude.
Oh, that's a big one.
It is, because when you're focused on what you're lacking, it's easy to feel dissatisfied, even when you're achieving great things.
Right, you're always chasing the next thing.
Yeah, but when you're grateful for what you have, it shifts your perspective.
You appreciate the journey more.
Exactly. It's like success isn't just about the destination, it's about enjoying the ride.
And being present along the way.
Yeah. Being present and appreciating every step.
I love that. So it seems like Selfie of Success is really about, like, taking a more holistic approach to achievement.
It is. It's about recognizing that success is multifaceted, it's personal, and it's okay to define it on your own terms.
It really does seem like Selfie of Success offers a different way to think about success.
Yeah, a much more, I don't know, realistic way.
Realistic, yeah, I like that.
It's not all about those external things, it's about the internal stuff too, the resilience, the self-awareness.
Right, it's about who you become along the way.
Exactly. And it all goes back to that selfie idea, like really looking inward and understanding yourself, both the good and the not so good.
Yeah, those strengths and those blind spots.
Exactly. And then using that knowledge to guide your journey, to make better choices.
So it's like a roadmap, but it's a roadmap of you.
I like that. Yeah, a personal roadmap. And recognizing that it's not a one-time thing, it's a process. We're always changing, always growing.
Always evolving, always learning more about ourselves. And speaking of that, I'm curious for you, if you were to take that selfie of success right now, what would it show?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think one of my strengths, definitely my curiosity. I'm always wanting to learn new things, explore different ideas, and I think that's really helped me in my career and just in life in general.
Yeah, that makes sense. Always asking questions, always digging deeper. What about those blind spots? Anything you've had to, like, work on or be mindful of?
One thing I've struggled with is self-promotion.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard for me to talk about my accomplishments, but I'm learning that it's important to own your successes and share your expertise with others.
Right, because you do have something valuable to offer.
Exactly. And the book actually talks about that, finding that balance between being confident but also staying humble.
It's a tricky balance, for sure.
It is, but it's something we all got to work on.
Absolutely. So to wrap things up, it seems like Selfie of Success, it's really encouraging us to rethink what it means to be successful.
Yeah, to look beyond those external markers and focus on the journey, the inner work, and defining success on our own terms.
And it's given us a lot to think about. If you were to take that Selfie of Success, what would it reveal?
What are your strengths, your blind spots? What are those values that are guiding you?
What really matters to you? Big questions, but important ones.
They are, and Selfie of Success can help you answer them.
Definitely, we've only scratched the surface, but this deep dive has given us a taste of what this book has to offer.
And if you're looking for a fresh perspective on success, I highly recommend checking it out.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Selfie of Success.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next time for another exploration of, well, whatever fascinating topic we decide to dive into next. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep taking those selfies of success.